Okay, time to put all the weapons together into what I call an engagement drill. I'm going to engage and keep going to work. In the Haganah system, we refer to going to work when the engagement was established. As soon as the engagement is established by either your opponent or yourself, you need to go to work. When you go to work, that basically you're overlapping your technique in a segment that you're closing the gap to reach a point of reference. All right, Chris is standing in a fighting stance, I'm standing in a fighting stance. We're going to start off with our longest weapon, which is one of those 3 kicks on either lead. I'm closing the gap with a kick. From here, I'm going to come in with a straight punch to the face. Ear smash, headbutt. After the headbutt, I eye gouge him back, exposing the neck. From here, elbow to the neck and bring him into a clinch. Now, when I bring him into a clinch, it is important that his forehead is in my shoulder socket. If I keep him free, he can headbutt me, or he can free himself from underneath. He can slip underneath and open himself up. You always want, when you clinch, to control the forehead right here. That will also prevent him from biting me. He can't bite me right now. From here, when I clinch, I'm going to jilt down a little bit. Why am I jilting down? So he cannot knee me. From here, it's always going to be 3 knees. 1, 2, 3. Okay, when I knee low line. It doesn't matter where you shoot. One of them will connect to the groin and probably the others will connect in the legs. Do not aim, I'm going to knee him right there. It's 3 knees, low line, wherever it connects, it connects. Again, you start off, kick, punch, ear smash, headbutt, eye gouge, elbow. Bring him into a clinch. 1, 2, 3. All right. From here, I can go to work. Okay, in other words, from here, I will have a point of reference that brings me into objective option. Okay, the drill that you just saw is just a drill. It's important that you understand that this is not how we fight. The drill is there designed so you have landmarks to use all your weapons. It is important that when you attack somebody, you keep short-circuiting him. That will be done by using different weapons. If you always use punch after punch, he's going to get used to it and he's going to get into more than defending those. In other words, you're going to use the drill to use all your weapons. Also, the drill obviously starts off from long range to close range. In real attack scenarios, it's not going to happen that way. In other words, you're not going to have the choice or the luxury of saying, okay, let's start from here and I'll use my entry technique. Sometimes the engagement is going to bring you in the middle to begin with or even at close range to begin with. So what we're trying to do is accustom you and neuromuscular program you that wherever you're going to be in relationship to this drill in a combative situation, that you start to use the appropriate weapons to short-circuit your opponent. In the Haganah system, you have 3 points of reference. One being the clinch in the middle. This is the best point of reference because you control his head. As soon as you control his head, you control the man. In other words, anytime you're in the middle and you ended up in a clinch, you control the man. The second point of reference is an outside clinch. In other words, I'm on the outside. I'm going to do so by grabbing the back of his shirt as much material as possible and pull my forearm across. In other words, I'm grabbing the shirt as much as possible so I have a handle. Bring that forearm across. That forearm being across is going right across his face. This will prevent from him to do anything with that hand. If he goes to punch me right now and I control the face here, is he going to hit me? Yes, but it's not going to be effective. If I don't have that and he hits me either to the body or either to the face, it's going to hurt and it's going to be effective. By me coming this way, hit me in the face, he can't reach me, he can't reach me, he can't damage me. Then I'm going to have to take care of this hand. This hand is important that I neutralize so he does not deploy a weapon or he doesn't start going to work with it. In other words, if the hand is hanging down, I'm going to pin it to his body. When I pin it, I'm going to the plea of the elbow and I'm putting my thumb inside and pinning it to his body. I don't go by the wrist. If I go by the wrist, all he's got to do is yank out and he's out and he deploys his weapon. If I'm here, he can't deploy his weapon because his hand is far away from any weapon deployment he's got and it's pinned. All right, the same thing reverses itself on the other side. All right, those are 3 points of references. Now, as soon as I got one of those 3 points of references, I can go to work by objective. Okay, I'll explain. I started here. 1, 2, 3, headbutt,
eye gouge, elbow, bring him in. A 1, a 2, a 3. The first option I have is to take a takedown and basically control him. This applies most for law enforcement. In other words, they got to take the man down, handcuff him, this and that, and control him. From here, all I got to do is this, and the man is down. And then from here, you'll go into a control position. All right, so that's your first option. Second option will be to incapacitate him. We like to incapacitate from here into what we call a break ankle. Okay, break ankle will go, I'm going to step on his leading foot. If he's got that foot up front, I'm going to step here. If he's got that foot up front, switch lead please, Chris, I'm going to step here. I always fish for the foot that's up front. All I'm doing is here. From here, I'm going to violently push him backward. And what this will do, just go with it. In reality, what will happen is, at the end of the fall, he will not have any more room, and the ankle will completely destruct himself and pop out. Now, what you just did is, you broke his ankle, and he cannot step on it, therefore he cannot attack you again, okay? That is called an incapacitation. Again, out of the clinch, I'm here. I get the first one, what I'll do is I'll push violently backward. As he falls down, pop, the ankle pops. In reality, in training, make sure you let go so you don't break the ankle of your training partner. Again. Okay, it all starts off right here. Kick, punch, ear smack, headbutt, eye gouge, elbow. I bring it in. 1, 2, 3, step, and break his ankle. All right, that is incapacitation. Now it brings you to termination. Now I'm going to explain something. Like I said in the beginning of the series, this is for worst case scenario. Sometimes you're going to have to do whatever you got to do. That's what we call in Israel, avodah. You got to go to work, okay? To terminate him, I will have to do it by the head. Okay, watch here. I got the man in a clinch. I went with 3 knees. Every step I did short-circuited him. In other words, I got his attention here, I popped him here, I messed up his equivalent, I came with the headbutt, I eye gouged him, and I shot him in the nerve here, and I'm coming here with 3 knees. By now, he's all loosened up, okay? From here, watch what I'm going to do. If I want to terminate him, I'm going to go down right here to his chin. I'm going to go down to his chin right here. As soon as I got that, I'm going to turn him. As soon as I got him turned, I can wrench him up. That will be considered terminate him. Again, I'm here. I'm going down the chin. Do not do this, because now he can bite you. Lead yourself to the end of the chin. As you do so, all I got to do is wrench it this way, and he'll turn. Right now, you have him. When I wrench him, I don't reverse the same motion. I go upward, schlag, right here. And what will happen is his skull will get disconnected from his spine, and that's how you kill a man. Okay, so again, 3 options. You got take him down, control him. Most of the time, that's considered law enforcement. You got incapacitate him. In other words, break an ankle. You break somebody's ankle, they can't stand. They can't stand, they can't fight. And finally, you got termination. Termination will be worst case scenario, you turn him and this and that. We're going to freestyle into the drill. Ready, stand? Break the ankle. Stand up. All right, as far as knees is concerned in the clinch, it is very important that you don't give him any freedom. If you have him on the outside here, you want to make sure that everything is tight. If you just reach out this way and hold his shoulder, number 1, he can use his weapons and hit me. Number 2, he can slip underneath and come on the outside, no good. Every time you clinch him, either on the outside or inside, you must control him as much as possible. Make sure that forearm is across. Make sure this is pinned and you have control of it. So you can yank. If you're just holding here and while you move, you can yank him, you ain't got nothing. If I have it here and I yank him and I control him, therefore, if I feel a jerk from his body, I can control what's coming in. If I have it here and I'm starting kneeing here, he can headbutt me, and defensively wise, I did not neutralize him. On the clinch, when you bring him in the clinch, usually a clinch will happen after you elbowed him. It is important that that forehead is nice tucked in into your collarbone. While you do so, you shatter it into you. Don't be shy about it, okay? You're trying to take over. As soon as I got him here, I want my hands tied in. Don't have your elbows out like a chicken. He can slip underneath, and come out, or he can simply raise my elbow with his hand and get free. When I'm inside here, it will give me more control. From here, same thing happens. I'm supposed to be able to jilt him. If I cannot jilt him, I cannot control him. As soon as I got this, also, I want to push down. If I push down, try to knee me, Chris. He can't knee me. I'm neutralizing that he can knee me. So essentially, I took away his weapons while I can use my weapons. And then brings us to what we call the load up. When you knee, you always will need 3 times. We need 3 times because it's a landmark. As soon as I got him, I'm going to hit him 3 times low. Try to avoid kneeing 3 times the same knee, because a human being, after he gets shot 1 time from an angle, he's going to start protecting that angle. Therefore, your second and third knee is going to be ineffective, because just out of blocking or out of defensive-wise, he's going to start getting used to it. I'm going to do a load up. A load up means after I knee 1 time, I'm going to put my foot right where it landed, and I'm going to load up the other one, just like a shotgun. Knee, land, load up. So every time I knee from the rear, and it's nice and load up.